Hello everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back to another commentary video. This is a different style video. This is going to be me tackling the recent DBD drama that's going on with between the developers and the players. I just wanted to give my kind of 2 cents and how I feel about all these different topics that people are bringing up. This is somewhat of a scripted rant in quotations video because it's mostly just kind of loose. I have ideas that I have, written down and I'm going to go through them. So first off, we have behavior because they're not doing too hot right now in terms of game balance. We have a lot of really broken survivor things in the game right now. Like, this is probably one of the worst patches ever. I mean, you have, just off the top of my head, we have fog vials themselves being completely overpowered. We have, new perks in picking yourself up off the ground in 7 seconds. I believe, I'm probably going to mention, I'm not going to try to, later I have a section about content creators that I'm going to bring up, but I'm going to not name anybody, but right now I'm going to name one person. Starva posted on his Twitter about I think conviction is what it's called, like you pick yourself up. He posted about that and he got a lot of flack for posting about it because everybody is saying that, like, if they nerf the perk, then it's going to be useless. But my opinion on that is it shouldn't be in the game in the first place. So, yeah, it's like you have something you shouldn't have. So, getting it nerfed and getting it, reworked, even, I would rather it be reworked to do something completely different. And same with the Vault Stun perk. I think that needs to be reworked and do something completely different. I don't know if it's a bug. I'm pretty sure it's a bug. You never know with behavior because, like we're going to talk about, behavior does not like to be wrong. They cannot stand being wrong. They will double, triple, and quadruple down on things and never admit that they're wrong. They'll say something's a feature when it's a bug, and then they'll flip-flop back and say it was a bug and they fixed it, or they'll say it was a feature and then they'll walk back that feature instead of just admitting that it was a bug. This ties into my next topic, which is rushed patches. I feel like these patches are very rushed, and they're pumping out content just for the sake of pumping out content instead of just taking their time and making sure that everything works. Case in point, I know this is a big topic right now, and it's a very exhausted subject, but the signpost on the loading screen when you load in on the offering screen, I have not played this game since before they announced this patch. They announced, whenever I made that video about the patch before, whenever I made that video, that was the last time I played this game. I have not played since. I didn't play the PTB. I haven't played since. I've been sitting back, eating my popcorn, and watching this whole mess unfold and laughing the whole time. And this leads right into our next topic, the buggy gameplay. There is a laundry list of bugs in the game right now. Some of which include not being able to start chase because of fog vials, the Streetwise perk bug, which is going to take me to my next topic. But there are so many bugs in the game right now. On the loading screen, in the game, textures not appearing, models not appearing. The engine update completely screwed everything, which happened last time we had an engine update, but it wasn't as bad as this time. And then, just so many bugs right now, and half of it is not getting talked about, half of it's not getting fixed. They keep saying online, oh, we're fixing it, but they're taking their time doing it. Which leads me to my next topic, kill switches. This is another topic that's been exhausted through the ringer, but I'm going to give my little bit of a take on it. This is the take that if you watch another content creator, which I'm not going to name on this channel, on my second channel, I'm going to do more in-depth and more in detail rant videos that will feature other people's names and reacting to their videos. But for now, we're going to stay pretty neutral to not bring anybody up on my main channel. But there's a certain content creator who is deemed to stick in the middle. He's a fence sitter. He will not give a definitive opinion one way or another until the general opinion of the public is available. Then he will kind of pick a side. But he was talking about the kill switches, and he would just not say what everybody else was saying because he didn't want to upset his fan base and his viewer base. This is my opinion, by the way. This is not fact. But my opinion is he danced around saying it a lot until it finally almost kinda came out that the way behavior kill switches works is it only really gets kill switched if it negatively affects the survivor player base. So we had things like the Nemesis play with your food patch or bug that was kill switched almost immediately. We had things like the Skull Merchant infinite stacking add-on that got kill switched immediately. We had Merciless Storm that got kill switched immediately. But Streetwise took begging and pleading to get kill switched. Why is that? And it was ruining games, by the way. This was not something that was a minor visual bug or, something like that. This was a major, major bug causing infinite items. So for them to just downright refuse to, kill switch that is a bold move. They ended up doing it, by the way. They ended up caving to the pressure. And I'm happy. I'm happy that the community is giving pushback on behavior right now, which is going to segue me into my next topic. The community. The community has completely switched up on Fog Vials. If you go back to my previous rant style video, I was completely against Fog Vials. I said they would ruin the game. And to my knowledge, I was one of the first people to have that opinion. Just by reading the patch notes, I knew it was a terrible idea and it was going to ruin the game. But people like me who said that it was a terrible idea and it was going to ruin the game, we were labeled as anti-fun, tryhards, hardcore killer mains, toxic, the whole nine. But now that the Fog Vials are out and they're causing a lot of problems, the community has completely switched up and 180'd and is now agreeing with my standpoint that they need to be removed from the game. I'm happy that people are agreeing with me now, but that negative stigma that we got before for saying that we didn't like them to now have completely people 180 is kind of wild to me. And I touched on this a little bit before, the pushback on behavior. It's not been strong enough in my opinion because you have people, not going to name any names here, you have people that just after the aftermath of the almost gutting of the night, you have people that are spending close to $70 to max out this Rift Pass to get all different versions of the night skins on day one of the patch. And that rubs me the wrong way because this specific content creator that I'm referring to has made Hardcore Nightmare, by the way, on YouTube. They made videos saying that behavior was ruining this killer. The killer was getting gutted. Everything else, they say they hated the patch. They hated it. They wanted them to walk it back, which behavior did end up walking it back. But then on launch day of this Rift Pass, this patch, they bought the whole thing and bought all the night skins. And I'm blown away by that. My motivation to play that killer, play the knight, is completely gone because I played Skull Merchant before they gutted her. I played Clown and they just ruined Clown. I played Chucky before they ruined his scamper and removed it pretty much. And my knight, that was my main for a while, probably my main killer right now, besides Dracula now, because all I would play is Dracula because, every killer I pick up, they seem to gut. and I have no motivation to play killer these days because I could dump time, effort, and blood points into learning a killer just for them to be completely gutted next patch. I mean, you saw it with Xenomorph, you saw it with, with Artists, they tried to rework her add-ons, and it was like, what are you doing? When you take these killers that people dump their time into and you just completely change them around out of nowhere, and no one asked for this. We dodge a bullet with Knight getting gutted, and your response is to give behavior almost $70. Here, behavior, here's $70 because you almost killed my character. Which takes me into the next thing. The Lara Croft skin's coming out. Are we for real, behavior? You are releasing new skins when the game is at its lowest point ever. This reminds me of, if any of you guys played Overwatch 2 when that first came out, the disaster state that game was in. The character, Mei, was disabled in that game because she had a game-breaking bug. But Blizzard decided to put a skin for her in the item shop. This is the same feeling that I have. Your game is in such a broken state, and you have the nerve to release skins for people to buy? Now I know where your freaking priorities lie. Your priorities lie in releasing content and making money, and not fixing the game. If I was behaving, my tail would be so far between my legs, I would be scared to even release anything except for a patch fix. Anything. I would be giving out blood point codes for people that are still actually playing this garbage can of a game and haven't quit yet. I would be apologizing online. I would be admitting I'm wrong. I would be doing everything except releasing new stuff for people to buy. And you know what's even worse? The community on DBD Twitter, on DBD Reddit, on everything. They're all praising these skins and saying they're so nice. Are we just forgetting what just happened in this game? Did behavior dangle the keys in front of your eyes and say, ching, 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 here's a new skin. Here's a new skin. Please forget that our game is garbage. Which is what they do every time. Every time they release a patch, people complain about it. People complain about it, how buggy, how bad it is. And then guess what? They just release something new and people forget all about it. Oh, we just completely gutted Skull Merchant? Made her unplayable? Here's a new killer. Here's a new survivor. Here's a new map. Please forget about our terrible mistake. Yeah, also, when's the Skull Merchant rework coming, behavior? Are you still cooking that up? Or are you still gonna leave her for dead? Honest to God, you should just remove her from the game and give people their money back. I'd rather you do that than keep her the state that she's in now. And I say that as a person who played Skull Merchant quite a bit before they completely removed her from the game, pretty much. I would rather just have my money back. At this point, I mean, this is ridiculous. I do not plan to pick this game up ever again. I will sit back and watch this disaster unfold and make videos about it, because almost every time I have an opinion about this game, it's right. People agree with me later on down the line. So I'm going to start documenting my opinions on this game so that I'm right, and there's evidence that I'm right. I mean, I put a comment on that content creator's channel on a different account, not on my personal YouTubes, either of them. It's a completely separate account, a burner account, kinda, but it's the one I watch YouTube on. It's not, it's not a burner account per se. It's just the one that I use to watch YouTube personally on. I put a comment on that content creator's channel about the night skin, and I basically just said that's very spineless, and for you to just make videos like that talking about how they almost ruined your favorite killer and then just completely forget about it and spend money on the game. Not even a little bit, $70 to buy the whole Rip Pass on day one. I mean, that's some serious problems. And it's not the only person. I'm not singling out this person and attacking them for no reason. I see it online. I see it with this Lara Croft skin update, with these Lara Croft skins coming out. People are buying them, everything else. I cannot justify giving behavior a single dime. Another dime of my money until this game is at least playable. I mean, for at least playable for killers. That's the least you can do, bruh. I mean, it's pretty much only playable for survivors right now. And I know people hate the whole us versus them mechanic, but this is us versus them, but it's us versus the devs. It's the players versus the developers. We've been fighting this battle for how long? And all behavior does is release new content. Here's Five Nights at Freddy's. Please figure out how terrible our game is. Let's talk about that too. Let's talk about how buggy the FNAF chapter patch was. how unplayable that was for anybody that knew what they were doing, especially if you played on console. The bug fixes for console took longer, a lot longer than they did for PC. The audio fix for the bug for the cameras, that got fixed relatively quickly. Not if you were on console. You had to wait a long time for that to get fixed. And I'll go to my next topic now. The abusive relationship. There's content creators that I watch and I enjoy and I agree with on most. I agree with on probably 80% of the opinions they have on the game. But they're sitting there telling people ways to counteract bugs. Oh, guys, run Bamboozle to help you in chase because there is no chase mechanic now. How about don't? How about take a break from the game and stop playing? Why do you need to try to make an anti-bug killer build just to be able to play the game? Oh, here's a bug to counteract the Streetwise bug. How about just stop playing? Please, for your sanity, stop playing. Take a break. Play a different game for a little bit. I've been having fun hopping back into Apex Legends. I've not played that game in forever. There's a bunch of things I don't like about that game, but I'm enjoying playing it again because I can't play Dead by Daylight. And as much as I love playing single player games, sometimes I crave that online multiplayer kind of style, like DBD. And I haven't even had Dead by Daylight installed on my PC because I just don't play. I have no reason to play. I have no motivation to get on and play. I had about just over 8 million blood points after rank reset, the 2.5 million they gave you when this patch came out because I logged on just to check things out. I didn't play. I had close to 8.5 million blood points, and I went on to dump it into a killer because I already had P100 Jill. And I went to dump it into a killer, and I just said, what killer can I dump this into? None. I have no motivation to dump it into a killer because I know behavior can just completely gut the killer if they wanted to, whenever they want. They can just say, hey, we don't like this killer, bye. I mean, they made Clown stupid, and he was one of my favorite killers to play too. I'm just over the game. Honestly, I'm over the developers more than anything. I feel like there's no going back for this game. You cannot walk this back. You can't walk back Fog Vials. You can't walk back half of these perk updates for Survivor that got buffed. And people aren't even noticing half the broken buffs for Survivors. They're forgetting all about brand new parts and insta-heal syringes. They're forgetting all about that because of these Fog Vials. They didn't fix that, by the way, guys. Don't forget about them. They didn't fix the syringes. They didn't fix broken healing items. They didn't fix any of that. That's still in the game. People are just running Fog Vials right now. So when you have people running the new Streetwise, not the bug Streetwise, and all these other perks, items are going to be even more broken, especially after they gutted Franklin's demise. I mean, what are we doing? I'll never understand it. And this brings me to my closing thoughts. I'm going to keep this video kind of short. I know it's been like 20 minutes close to, but the game for me is not fun at all. It's not fun on Killer. It's not fun on Survivor. I feel like the only time I get to have fun on Survivor is if I get chased by the Killer, which mostly leads to my death because I'm playing altruistically and, trying not to stick on gens all game because that's not fun. So I usually die, which I'm fine with. I don't care about winning or losing. If I wanted to win, I would play to win, and that's not, it's not fun to play to win on Survivor, to be honest with you. And I said that I touched on this earlier. It feels like behavior is more focused on making money than quality gameplay. I'll just never understand it. Like I touched on earlier, I would literally never in a million. You could not force me to release new skins when the game's in this state. You couldn't force me to buy them either. I mean, come on. You're really gonna pay for skins when you're complaining online, writing paragraphs to behavior, how bad the game is in the state it's in right now, and you're just gonna pay $20-something for the Lara Croft skins and then post about it online? Have some dignity, please. For your sake, have some dignity. You're letting behavior bend you over. I'm saying this to encourage everybody to stop playing the game, especially killer players. If you're a killer player, I encourage you to stop playing the game right now and please find enjoyment in a different game for your sake, because I've been there where I'm trying to force myself to play and find alternatives to make it fun and everything else, and it just leads to you not having fun playing games anymore, and you lose motivation to play any game because you associate playing games with that experience. So please seek a different game, whether it's like I'm doing with Apex Legends, whether it's Fortnite. There's a new season of Fortnite right now. Go play that. I haven't played Fortnite in a while, but go play something else, please. If behavior sees a massive decline in killer players, they're going to have to do something to get us back. And right now, I don't see a single thing in the future, especially with the whole Phase 2 thing coming up. I don't see motivation to play. I said this in my previous video. What more do survivors need to make the game easier for them for Phase 2? I have no idea. Again, I'll be there, sitting there, watching the disaster of Dead by Daylight unfold. I'm waiting for this game to die, by the way. This game needs to die to come back. And I'm saying this because I actually liked the game. I like playing the game. I like the concept of the game. But I can't stand playing it right now, so I'm not. Dead by Daylight is what happens when a company has a monopoly on the genre. Overwatch was there too. Still kind of is. You got Marvel Rivals, but there's a laundry list of problems with that game too. I'm planning on making a video on my second channel about Marvel Rivals. I don't play. I tried. I don't like it, but stay tuned for that. My second channel's it's on my channel's page. I'll probably link in the description of this video too, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy this style of video, this is probably gonna be the only rant video I put in this channel because I'm gonna put the rest of them on my other channel. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And bye.